show. Let's see what has been happening in the wrestling world. Welcome to the show, where comedy meets wrestling by fans for fans. The Two Counts, always the best guests in Midwest. The Two Counts, great time guaranteed because we're the best of the best. Meet Phoenix and JR, Top Shelf Tommy, we're about to start. Welcome to the Two Counts. It's time to dig deep into the wrestling world. Welcome to the Two Counts, where comedy meets wrestling by fans for fans. The Two Counts.
The Two Count. The Two Count. Where comedy meets wrestling. Please comment, share, like, and start a hype train for God's sakes. And now, here are the hosts of The Two Count. Comedian John Russell, wrestling broadcaster Big Ace, and everybody's favorite heel, Top Shelf Tommy.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm not supposed to be up there. Let's do that. There we go.
Messed it up.
So yeah, happy Tuesday. I'm happy to be back. And you guys, I did watch the majority of the show last week. It was fantastic. So congratulations.
You couldn't? Did you watch it live?
No, I didn't watch it live. I didn't even get to my destination until 7:45.
Oh, so you were on the plane?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been a great place to do the show.
It sure would have been, and everybody would have been telling me to pipe down. And there's turbulence. You're not allowed to use your handheld device during the flight, and all of that. I don't go for that. But I do want to say one thing. Go ahead.
I was just going to say Zach Takis, Hall of Famer.
Hey, Zach Takis. Yeah, Hall of Famer. There he is. Hello.
Congratulations.
I do want to say quick, if you haven't checked out our Facebook page, I encourage you to do that. But I finally got Tom on our Facebook page.
I saw that.
Yeah.
About fucking time.
Yeah. It's official.
Yeah, finally, we're gonna let it.
It's only been a year and a half plus.
Yeah. You know, I'm slow at stuff. But
or everything.
Whatever. Having said that, it is a fantastic night. We have a fantastic guest, and just having a ball speaking with her before we go on. But I'll let one of you gentlemen introduce her because I have not met her personally, and you have both been at her show. So,
oh, good. JR's back. What the hell does that mean, Zach? By the way, there was tweets going around saying you were dead during the show last week.
Oh.
In the chat.
I didn't start them.
No, we didn't either. It was just in the chat.
I might have said something about you being gone. That way.
You just say gone but not forgotten, you fuck.
Viewers, baby.
Yeah. Anyways, we did, actually no, I did do an RIP for JR hashtag. So it was out there for you, brother. But he's back from the dead, and just in time, because like you said, we have an amazing guest on tonight. We'll have to ask her, I guess. Would this be considered her first year in? We'll ask her when she gets on here. But we've seen her at Madhouse. We've been around the Midwest, and just a wonderful talent. So we're very excited to welcome from the Belmont Estates, the Phoenix Princess herself, Aminah Belmont.
Hello.
There we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. We are glad to have you on the show. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so we were talking before we got on here. How's things going? You've been really busy, seeing you going all over, putting on just stellar matches everywhere you go.
I try really hard. But it's been good. It's been good, fun. I've got to meet a lot of people that I wouldn't have been able to meet if not for wrestling. I'm not a very social person, so I feel like when I go to shows and I meet all the people backstage and like help out with the ring and all the wrestlers there, I don't know, we just kind of become this little, I don't know, it's kind of like it's like visiting your family for like a reunion or something, and that's what it kind of becomes. And even if you don't know them or it's the first time you've been there, it's always very welcoming and warm. So I look forward to shows because of that. The locker room is always extremely welcoming and warm, and that's one thing I really love about shows. Love
Yeah. It's like one really just big crazy family. It
Yeah.
really is. It really does turn into that. So it is a lot of fun. But it's interesting hearing you say that you're would you say you're not more shy?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into real quick, like because that's a big thing going from like a shy person to being in entertainment. Like
Yeah.
I don't know about you two, but that was kind of the case for me too, going through everything that I've gone through. But like, where did the love for professional wrestling? Because you got to love it if you're doing it, right?
Absolutely.
So where did that start to come in for you?
Okay, so wrestling for my family was like the Super Bowl for everyone else's. And I remember so vividly my first wrestling memory ever was um, it was me and my family were sitting in the living room and we're watching Rey Mysterio on the television. I forgot he was wrestling because it didn't really matter who he was wrestling. I'm still a huge Rey Mysterio fan. And I remember seeing him and it flicked the switch. It was like, God, that looks so much. That looks like a time. And growing up, I just kind of stayed with it. There was a moment though where I kind of stopped watching wrestling, and I didn't get back into it until I saw these kids outside my house wrestling. Like there was backyard wrestling, and I just like sat in the patio and I watched, and I was like, or my balcony, sorry. Then I watched and I was like, God, that's so freaking cool. Like, and I went down and I talked to them. I kind of rekindled that love I had for professional wrestling, and then I don't know, it just kind of took its way until my adulthood, where I was just like, that's something I want to do. Like that is what I want to do. That's who I want to be. I don't really want to do anything else. Like that is it. Like I feel like I knew like when I first watched wrestling that that's what I wanted to do and that's who I wanted to be. But I think it kind of solidified itself when I saw them doing it because it felt attainable. It felt like something that could be done. And therefore it kind of like rekindled that dream that I had that I wanted to do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So they allowed backyard wrestling at Belmont Estates?
Oh my God. Okay, listen. Okay. It's a huge estate, but there's like this playground across the street from it, and that's where
Okay.
water wrestling. So I kind of had to sneak out, you know.
Now it's all starting to make sense. Now I get it. Okay.
It's like rebellion. That was my rebellion.
So let
Obviously.
me ask you this: as you were growing up, were you athletic in any other aspects of your life, or were you interested in entertainment as well, above and beyond wrestling?
Both. I played tennis since probably as before I can crawl to maybe 14, 13.
Oh wow!
And I did track and field after that. I did that for a year. Then I played softball. I did amateur wrestling for a year. Wasn't it? I was terrible. I was terrible. I did softball, amateur wrestling. What else did I do? I loved swimming. I never did it competitively, but I swam a lot. And the pools that we have at the Belmont State. And I was in theater in high school. Loved theater. Theater was my favorite class. I did it in high school. I did choir in middle school.
Mhm.
I was an all around
Yeah.
girly. I liked to sing a lot. I thought I was Beyonce as a kid, and I thought I was the next Justin Bieber. I swear, I'm not. I'm not.
So no examples, no little renditions here.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I'm not that confident in my voice.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
So what we call you is a powerhouse because you just have so many different things, so many tricks up the sleeve that it sounds like you can do. I mean, between the theater, being athletic, and then getting in wrestling. Let me ask you this though: to do the theater and wrestling especially too, because all eyes are on you. So how did you kind of break out from that shell of being shy to then? Because that was the thing for me. I hated being in front of like little small groups and having to have focus on me. I hated that forever, right? And then I kind of just flip flopped it and went into the whole radio aspect. And now it's whatever. Give me a microphone. I'm comfortable with a microphone. That's home now.
Okay. So my friends like to, or my cousin's friend, like she said I was like a turtle. Like it's like when I got comfortable, I would like come out of my shell, but any other time I just like go into hibernation. And I felt like that's how it was in theater. It was like the moment I stepped on the stage or the moment we had to do improv, it was so much fun that closing myself off and being that shy person just it seemed like it was stunting everything. And like when it came to those things like theater and chorus and choir and singing in front of people and acting in front of your class or in a play, like that shyness became to me like it was stunting my growth and it wasn't allowing me to have fun. And so I just kind of said fuck it and I did it anyway, and it felt really good and it just became something that I could do. And I also feel like that's how it is with wrestling. It's like when you're standing behind the curtain and you're waiting for your music to come on and you feel those bubbles in your stomach and you have to pee, because I swear to God, every wrestler does it. Every wrestler gets it. You stand there and you have to pee, and then your music hits, and it's like a switch flicks in you, and it's like you become what you want to do, and you become the person that can do what you want to be done, and then it just becomes second nature. It just becomes who you are very easily. And that's kind of how I got over it. It was kind of like, fuck it, I want to do it, I'm going to do it. And here we are,
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love that. Everyone should have a fuck it attitude.
I mean, it depends on what you're in, but yeah, sure. Fuck it.
I
Tops
don't know.
tomorrow.
Right now.
Go to work, and when your boss is like, hey, "I'm gonna need you to do this," just fuck it, bro.
Fuck it.
I don't want my heart surgeon to have that attitude.
Yeah, JR. When is that surgery again?
Anytime now.
Old fucker. Anyhow.
Jeez.
I feel like fuck it is such a Gen Z mindset, and it makes me laugh so much because I have a little sister and she's very Gen Z. She's very like everything you've heard on the internet is how she speaks in real life, and it annoys me, but it's fine because she's my sister and I love her, so it's okay. But I feel like they kind of like fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. Like screw you, you can't tell me what to do. It's very Gen Z, and I think that's the only Gen Z thing about me. That's the only Gen Z thing about me.
I mean, I wouldn't say that Rage Against the Machine is very Gen Z. They're probably more like Gen X, and they were singing, fuck you, don't tell me what to do, or, So, I mean, it's been like that for a while. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little wrong here. I'm just saying it's maybe not Gen Z, but maybe like the last 3 generations of people or so.
Maybe it's what all 4 generations have in common. And I feel like Gen Z has been a very, I don't know, like recently, like when it comes to like jobs and
yes.
you can't tell me what to do. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a story. It was so funny. I was at a Starbucks and this girl was just being so rude to the cashier. And she was like, I didn't order this. I ordered this. This is not like, this doesn't taste like oat milk. It tastes like 2% milk. And the girl just looked at her and she was like, I make $11 an hour. If you think I give a no, you can either walk out that door and Starbucks, or she goes, or I'll leave. And I was just like, oh my God, no.
Oh my God.
That's just when you start just cheering for the barista.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm like,
yes.
I'm giving you a big tip. That was amazing.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that is so good.
It became, oh Jesus! I'm getting fucking bombarded by Tovar already. Man, alive! Everybody's just coming after the top shelf already. I tell you, Boss Man is here, by the way. Malice from Madhouse there. He's saying sup. Good to have him around for all like the 2 minutes he's allowed.
His therapist has a fucking attitude. Explains a lot, Malice. It explains a lot. So let me ask you this: I seen as I was watching some matches, studying up for tonight. How do you throw the perfect temper tantrum?
Well, it was kind of hard because I get what I want all the time. But, you know, you just kind of, I actually learned this in theater. It's one of my one of the characters I had to do. She was a little much. And no, you have to have the right scream. I feel like if you don't have the right scream, it's just not going to go anywhere. You have to like embody your Rugrat energy, you know? You guys watch Rugrats, right?
Mm-hmm.
We did, yes.
Yep.
Okay. So you have to kind of embody that energy, like when Angelica doesn't get what she wants, and just like things, and she's like, "No, like I want it now." Like you just have to embody that. Like watch Angelica. She's how I do.
Top notch.
You can go ahead and throw a little tantrum right now if you'd like.
Well, you know who is apparently Luke, because he was here too. Sorry, Luke Raven.
Yeah, the other boss man.
I thought he misspelled two. I thought he said, here, 2 dickheads. So he was talking about you two.
Oh.
Sorry.
See, Ace, this is why I go after JR. You think it's just me against him? No, he's looking for a war all the time. I don't know why everybody thinks I'm the bad guy around here. I get made fun of more than anybody here.
We're moving.
All right.
Give me a second.
We're getting cribs. Cribs.
Yeah.
No,
Aminah Belmont Cribs edition.
Yeah, no. What is this?
Did the roommate kick you out or something?
No, I don't live with people. I don't like people.
Hey, I don't disagree with you, but I just wanted to make sure.
Answer ever.
No, my computer started dying a bit. You just do.
That damn computer. So let me ask you this too. Now I'm curious. Getting into the actual professional world of wrestling, when you started training, I want to know, what is the one thing that you took quickest to that maybe surprised you, and then what was one of the hardest things it took you to kind of get a grasp on during that part of your career?
I'd say one of the quickest things I figured out was my character, and one of the hardest things was just, weirdly enough, just kind of saying fuck it with like some of the moves I wanted to do, and it just hurt so much. And I was like, oh my god. What's like the hardest thing that happened? Maybe having to deal with it sounds terrible, but it's not. Having to deal with the people in my class. I mean, they weren't bad. Don't get me wrong, they weren't bad. But I mean, we all lived in one house. You can only stand each other for so fucking long. Before you just want to strangle someone's child. And that was where I was. I wanted to strangle someone's child all the time. All the time. You can ask, like, because you said earlier you had nasty Nick Nolan. I wanted to strangle all of them, most of the time. I wanted most of them. I need my alone time, and I felt like I didn't get that during training because, I mean,
okay.
Well, you're used to a certain way of living, and the training takes it all away from you.
Yeah. It was hard.
Yeah, struggle was real, it sounds like.
It was extremely real.
Now, is there any one that you trainee along yourself or in your class that was really on the edge of catching it?
I just hit my toe. Trying to get this thingy out. Ignore me. All right.
This is our first injury on the 2 count, by the way. So this is
That
you're
was
making
the
history.
highest pitch little yell I've ever heard on that.
Oh,
That was great.
Guys, my toe hurts now. It's fine. You said who was like gonna get it?
Yeah, like who was the closest to actually getting strangled or punched or anything like that?
Top Shelf wants the dirt.
Yeah, always. Yeah. Who should I hate as much as you hate? That's what I want to know.
Okay. I'm not gonna say any names because he doesn't wrestle right now. But it was just one.
Oh, that's a little fun.
It was like one kid in my. No, my God, it was all of them. Swear, which one did I hate the most? Okay. What about Homie? Okay, I'm gonna use the nicknames that they have first. Okay. So they'll know. So there was Egypt. I want to strangle Egypt sometimes. He just pissed me off, like. And then there was Wheezy. He also pissed me. He still does, but I just gotten used to it. There was Tommy.
I understand that.
Tommy Bahami was fine, but Tommy Bahami was fine. But you know, he was Tom, me, Bahami, and
We know. Seems to be that name.
It's not about the name, Ace. God damn it. See, I mean, I'm with you on the whole strangling your counterparts. I understand this.
I mean, I say that, but they were all fine. Like we're all like I would go to bat for almost all of them. We were a very tight knit family, and it's because we went through training together, and so you kind of become a family after you go through 3 months of like hell together and like something you're not used to, and you kind of become a family. And they're all like my brothers, and then there's Maggie. You know, we get along, I guess. We don't talk about that. But yeah, they're all like family, you know? And you know what? Actually, no. I mean, Maggie's like my sister. Sisters fight. We just fight a lot more than we should, you know, in the ring all the time, trying to kill each other.
So let me ask you this though, real quick. Was it more irritation from just being together versus they're pulling stupid shit in the training, or
it was all just being together with them all the time.
Okay.
And sometimes because never mind. Sometimes like certain things would happen and we would get in trouble because someone couldn't do something the way they were supposed to do it, and that also pissed me off. But I feel like almost all of us have that's not true.
I feel like you're almost covering for somebody here, and it's fine.
Yeah, we don't want to get you in any trouble with anybody. Seriously.
Well, speak for yourself, JR.
I need the dirt. Definitely does.
Wow. I feel like it was just more of us all being together all the time. That's what it was. It was us being together all the time. And there's 2 people I named. I love them because we all went through the same thing. But I just wanted to.
That's a very political answer, and I appreciate it still. But yeah, well, I guess we'll have to talk the next time we see each other. I'll talk to you separate and get the real dirt. You're being very cordial on this one.
Having said that, though, with all of these folks you were in that class with, how many of them now do you get to work shows with?
Three.
Okay.
Nasty Nick Nolan, John Bonhart, and as you guys know, Maggie Lee. I feel. No. El Tigre Amore. He also was in class with me. He runs a lot of SCW shows, but unfortunately for him, he tore his ACL, and so he's been out for a while. But he's just coming back, and so hopefully I'll be able to run a lot more shows with him too.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's that? What was? So I'm asking Ace, what does that name mean in Spanish?
Really?
Yeah, Ace is part Mexican. He can't speak a lick of Spanish, so that's why JR is doing that to be a real piece of shit. Everybody, JR is being a piece of shit. Everybody, not me this time.
It's not true. I'm a kind, benevolent, and beloved old man.
That was a low blow for you, JR. That was a low blow for you.
Yeah, well, little.
Not my fault. Mom didn't teach us. I pulled the clip. I pulled the clip up here.
I see that.
We should watch this because this is great.
I feel like I know exactly what it is.
The unexpected. Oh my God! There's a lot of telling each other you're number one here tonight. Oh, there's a kick! Look at the height on that.
My God,
that was incredible. Oh my God!
These girls are stealing the goddamn show.
Whoa! Just a two.
Wow. I mean,
that got a lot of people that night. By the way,
that is impressive. Can I tell you how many? Like Tommy was saying here, you know how many people walked away saying that. Thank you, Malice. I will take Chubby Canelo all fucking day. You know how many people said that was match of like the year?
I did not know that. I heard a lot of people say it was match of the night, and a lot of people came up to me and said it was a really good match, and I was really thankful for that. Because I like being praised when we do a good job, and I don't ever like putting on bad matches. I don't ever like having bad matches. And even in those great matches, I love hearing people's feedback of what I could have done better and stuff like that. That's what Cross is for. Or matinee day, as people no fail. It doesn't matter how good the match was. He'll find something to help me get better at. And I was really thankful for people's praise and everything about that match, because it was one of my favorites that I've had since I've been wrestling. It was definitely up there. It was one of my favorites, and I was very happy to share that stage with Maggie, because again, we went through classes together, and so we've become like tight-knit sisters that fight each other all the time, and it's really fun to have such an amazing match, especially with someone you know so well and that you've wrestled so many times. To get better with her was words can't explain it, you know.
Well, that's a good point, though, too. Obviously, you and Maggie, obviously, with the class, with the training, and then being booked with so many different shows, do you feel like you're destined to fight forever, or are you kind of hoping that maybe you kind of divert a little bit?
No, I think we're destined to fight forever. I feel like this may be a stretch, but I love comparing us to John Cena and Randy Orton, or Kevin Steen and Sami Zayn, in the sense that they will always be each other's best competitors. You will never find a match that they have that's absolutely incredible without each of them being in it. Like they're each other's best competitors, and they make each other better. And it's the friendship that they share off screen, and sometimes that gets pulled on screen, and they just work so well together. And I feel like that is how Maggie and I are, and will forever be that way. No matter what happens in the future, we'll always find a way to kind of come back to each other and wrestle each other. And we just have a chemistry that I feel like can only be had by someone you've went through everything with. And I think that's why we have such good matches together, or at least have such good chemistry to create such a good match, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you guys, that was such a good match. It was a lot of fun. Little kids chopping you, though. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that.
That was an interesting maneuver right there.
That was jail time. That's what that was. That was jail time.
You can't even hit them kids back. It's not fair.
Right? It's not fair. You know,
that's on Maggie right there.
It is on Maggie. I blame her. I do. I blame her and that child's mother.
Yeah, right.
And their father, because he should know better.
That's true. He did hit a woman, so I mean, this little brat.
Exactly.
Yeah, Mouse is right. Hit those kids.
There you go. Boss says you can hit them back.
I wish you would have told me that, you know.
Or at least put it like just facepalm him right back into his seat or something like that.
I would have.
Madhouse will cover all your legal fees. After that.
I actually have lawyers. Actually, I already have the legal department covered.
There you go, Madhouse. You're even better.
Bravo.
We've been talking about your school a little bit. It's been coming up. Black and Brave, where you went down in Davenport, best known for Seth Rollins' school. What? So now, are you from the Iowa area? And was that kind of the convenient thing, or how did that wind up to be?
I'm not from Iowa.
You never know.
Ace is just really bad with accents, by the way, too. So forgive him.
I was in high school looking for a wrestling school. That's when my mum, we were overseas, and she told me I didn't have to go to college. And I was like, oh, thank the Lords, you know, thank gods. And so we're just looking up wrestling schools. And I have family in Florida, so we were looking up schools there. But the only issue was they didn't have a bunker, like a house that we could stay in and stuff like that. And like we have a house in Florida, but it was like the commute was just not reasonable. So looking at more schools, and she actually found, no, that's not true. I found Black and Brave. And at the time when I found Black and Brave, I am still a huge Shield fan. Love the Shield. I watched them come into wrestling. I think why I love them so much is because I did watch Jon Moxley before he was in WWE, and same thing with Tyler Black, Seth Rollins, Jon Moxley being Jon Moxley, because that's who he is.
Didn't he go by Ambrose back then?
He did go by Dean Ambrose. On the Indies, he was always Jon Moxley, and then he came.
That's right. That he would. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Moxley.
And I watched him when he was Jon Moxley, like at CSW, CZW. Sorry,
he did some crazy CZW matches. I have a DVD that I showed JR. It was Moxley. Who was it? It was Moxley,
Nick Gage,
and Drake.
Bryce.
No, not Bryce. Drake Younger.
Oh, I thought it was Bryce Rensburg.
No.
Something I want to show you how big of a fan I am of that man. I have this. I'm looking for it. There it is.
Okay,
awesome.
nice.
Yeah.
And I haven't read it yet, so don't quote me on anything. I don't know anything. I haven't read it yet. But
That's okay. Most of us can't read, so you're already in better shape.
But I watched them beforehand, and came on the Shield. I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. And I watched them. I freaking love the Shield. And then, Seth did the Ultimate Betrayal, and he turned on Roman and Dean. And that broke my heart, all right? That genuinely broke my heart. I was upset. And so I was not a big Seth fan, okay? I was not a big Seth Rollins fan. I was like, screw you, right? And so I saw the school, because I hold grudges. I saw the school, and I was like,
Nope.
cool, okay. And I was looking, because and another thing, I really want to go to school in Florida because my family's there and we have a house there, and I just really want to make that work. And Black and Brave was definitely on the list of wrestling schools because I wrote them all down. And so my mom went through my list, and she was like, what about Black and Brave? And I was like, yeah, but that's not in Florida. She goes, yeah, but they have a house you can stay in. And I was like, so we agreed on Black and Brave because it was the most convenient. Yeah.
Well, first of all, bravo to your mom for being like, hey, okay, this is what you want to do. Okay, we're going to do that then. And letting you chase down a dream. That's
she's my biggest supporter. She's I wouldn't be here without her. She is an absolute, words can't explain how amazing my mother is. And it was even the conversation, when she realized I was serious about this, and then I was talking about college and stuff, and I was like, well, I'm only going because you want me to go to college. And she goes, really? Well, if that's the case, then you don't have to go. What do you want to do? And I was like, I want to be a wrestler. She goes, then let's find some wrestling school. Let's get this done. Let's do this. How do you do it? Do you know step by step? And, I figured this out when I was 13 because I was looking up wrestling schools when I was 13 and realized that you couldn't be a wrestler until you were 18 because schools were Then I saw kids like, well, not kids. It's not kids anymore. But like Roxanne and Billy Starks and Nick Wayne and Pete Dunne, and I was like, that's not fair. That is not fair. Like that. I was so mad. But I was like, it's fine. Everyone's journey's different, and I know I want to start at 13, but you know. That was the day I threw a tantrum. Actually, that was
that was where it started.
Day I threw my
That's where it
That was
began.
So aside from yourself, who is your mom's favorite wrestler?
My mom's favorite wrestler is Batista.
No kidding.
Okay.
Batista and Shawn Michaels. Oh my God, she loves Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
That is the amount of times I've heard that Shawn Michaels was some variation of my father, him and Batista. I can't count. Okay. These two are the love of her life. She loves Batista and she loves Shawn Michaels. No matter what. Those are her number one guys.
Oh, that is amazing. So you said that wrestling was a big thing for the whole family?
Yes. Yes. When I was younger, it definitely was for the entire family. As I got older, they grew out of it, and they like to say it was a joke that I took a little too far. So,
What is it? What's it like now that they've seen you in the ring?
Most of my family have not seen me in the ring, actually.
Oh.
I think that's where my kind of like turtle thing comes in, where I go back in my shell after shows. I send them to my mom, and my mom's the one who like reverts to everyone. She goes, "Look what my daughter did. Look, this is her match. She used to hate when I lose. She was like, that's not a good one. Send me another one." I was like, "No, I don't have another one actually." But she's the one who sends it to my family, and their reaction is always like, "There you go." Like they're always very encouraging, and they're like so proud of me because like I'm following a dream. And I'm having fun and I'm doing what I want to do with my life. And they always react in such gracefulness and pride. Like they're very prideful of me. And that's always amazing. Sorry.
This is why we need to have Luke Raven get the damn show up on IWTV, man. Should have been up like the week after the last Madhouse show, man.
Madhouse YouTube channel does have that match on. So everybody go watch it. Again, Aminah Belmont, Maggie Lee, Madhouse 5. Oh, such a great match. It was a good show. That's coming out, yeah, like you said, this week, hopefully, on IWTV. What does the W mean, Malice? I don't know what that means.
It's probably for me.
Won't cover your legal fees, is what Luke said too. So sorry about that, Aminah. I misspoke. I have to ask: did you have a chance to confront Mr. Rollins about your issue with what he did there?
No, I don't ever plan on doing that. I got over it. You know, you live, you learn, you forgive, you forget. And
it'd be great in like 10 years. You just show back up at the school and hit him with a chair. Be like, how does it feel?
No, oh God, no. I mean, it's fine. I mean, you know, John/Dean, he got his revenge when he turned on Seth, and I was like, storytelling, yay!
That's the spirit, yay!
Speaking of things that you want to say yay about, how has it been, aside from training, living in Davenport, Iowa?
Yeah,
it's very quiet. It's very it's like it gives small town vibes, and I feel like I like small town vibes. I like it. It's not bad. I like it. I like Iowa, which is, you know, controversial because a lot of people who hate it, and I'm like, well, if you hate it, leave. But they don't. So you know,
JR did.
I actually really like living in Iowa, and I feel like because I've lived like around the world my entire life, like this is it's cute, it's adorable, and I love it, and it's fun.
How does that make you feel, JR?
Well, I mean, there are certain parts of Iowa that are nicer than others. I mean, I would definitely.
I live in a nicer place of Iowa. That's probably why I'm not complaining.
What's up, Waterloo?
I mean, look, you could be in Davenport or you could be in Cedar Rapids. Much rather be in Davenport. Just
I'll
personally.
use some Cedar Rapids.
Rather totally rather be in Davenport than Council Bluffs, or as it is affectionately known, Council Tucky.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's right across the river from Omaha. It's the crappy part of Omaha.
Oh,
Yeah, so all the way across the state from where you are. So
Don't
don't
go
even
there.
really worry about it until you get booked out there.
Don't go there. Never go to Mason City, Iowa.
got it. Mason City. Iowa.
Never. If it comes out of somebody's mouth when they're trying to talk to you about being on a show or something, slap them right in the face and say, "No,
No.
stop talking."
JR said no. So
That's
no.
right.
How am I the heel? These are all great places that I've actually done comedy at. I don't know why JR gets this fucking good rap, and I'm over here dealing with this heel label shit. I'd say to Aminah, wrestle wherever you can. Don't try and spite Mason City like that.
Dad,
God, what a dickhead.
don't sell yourself short and wrestle in those armpits.
Unbelievable.
Wrestle where you belong. Wrestle where you deserve to be seen.
All right, come on now, JR. Aminah has already appeared in Knoxville, Iowa. It can't get much lower than that.
Well, yeah, Knoxville is home of Madhouse Wrestling and the national sprint car stuff.
I mean, the venue was really nice. It was
Yeah,
really,
see?
it was adorable. It was so cute.
Why you have to be so mean about shit, Tom?
Because you were
Yeah, Tom.
You know,
okay.
I'm just gonna back off a little bit.
I will give you credit, Tom. You have not once yet took all the credit and say that me and JR aren't anything to this show and you're the draw. So thank you. We've made it almost an hour without you doing that for once. So you have been good tonight. That or maybe you're just scared of Aminah. Who knows?
She does scare me a little bit, but
Naturally.
yeah, it's
Sorry, Malice, I misspoke.
I'm just that way. So
Let's get into some questions. So here's the deal, Aminah. We try to pretend this is like rapid fire.
Absolutely.
It's not. We're all we're old
Let
and
me-
slow. So
but wait,
it just
But wait, we have an expensive promo before the rapid fire. Oh, we got to play it because it costs so much money.
Get ready for the rapid fire speed round.
Okay, now go ahead and explain.
I love that you're like you spent a lot of money on
We
this.
spent all the money and we got to play this shit.
Rapid fire. It's not really rapid fire. But no, we just go around in a little circle here between the three of us, and we just ask random questions. Some may be related to wrestling, some may not. Just helps us to get to know Aminah Belmont a little bit better. Anybody in the chat, if they want to throw something out, and they do, we'll usually throw that in there as well. Yeah. So, JR, we'll just go from, we'll just start with you, and then me, and then.
Can I
Okay.
say something before we start?
Yes.
I feel like you could have explained it, and then JR, you played the thing, and then
Yeah.
I get nervous.
you're a
About,
thinker, Aminah. We appreciate that.
I try to make things better. You know.
we've been trying to get
We
ourselves on
do
a
need
proper
like
schedule,
a
but-
director/producer. Just
Yeah.
throwing that. Clint Dye, what a graphic! Thank you, sir. It's
Thanks.
nothing
It was
compared to what you
expensive.
do. Clint Dye
400
coming on the show soon, by the way.
$450 for that.
All right. Well, first question will come from the chat already, and that is, who's your favorite Madhouse Wrestling owner? This comes from Raven Luke, whoever that is.
Do I answer first?
They're all for you.
Oh, Malice. Obviously.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. Fuck you, Luke.
It's okay, Luke. It's okay.
And they're fighting again. Yes.
We love Luke, but you know, Malice.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain it much more than that.
Everybody gets it. It's cool. Still love you, Luke. It's fun.
Excellent. All right. Here's my rapid fire question. Where and what was the first paid show that you got to work?
SCW. It was in Iowa
Mhm.
at some fair show. Yeah, I don't remember exactly where, but SCW at some fair show. Like
Perfect.
All right. Pre-match ritual.
I don't have one. I kind of just when the music hits, the flip switches and boom.
It's like Sylvester Stallone and Over the Top. Yeah, when I turn the air around, it's like you turn the switch on the engine.
Super. So you mentioned being like a turtle before. Did you ever watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? And if you did, do you have a favorite?
Absolutely. I was obsessed with it as a kid. My favorite, I would say, is Michelangelo because I loved pizza. He loved pizza. I felt like we were soulmates. Oh, and Raphael. I would say
Yes.
the tie between Raphael and Michelangelo.
Raphael was the shit.
Cowabunga.
Interesting. Have so far in your career, have you been injured to the point where you couldn't wrestle?
No. And thank the gods, I don't plan on ever being injured to the point where I can't wrestle. That sounds like it sucks.
Yep. Knock on wood for that.
Clint Dye, tag team photography, favorite female wrestler.
Ooh. Oh, okay. I feel like AJ Lee got me into wrestling, but at this moment, my favorite female wrestler, I have to say Becky Lynch. And I'm not saying that she's my coach's wife. I'm saying that she's a badass, and there's Oscar. Oh.
So many choices.
I love just the multiple answers. Oh, it's so great. No, this is awesome. What is go to fast food on the road?
It was Cane's, but now it's Taco Bell. I love their spicy tomato. I love their spicy potato soft taco. It's so good. It's the perfect after show snack.
Nice.
So go to Mouse's question here. Style of match you want to do someday?
I want to do an I Quit match.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely seems like you and Maggie Lee are on your way to something like that. You know, I'm gonna have to start throwing some stipulations in here for that feud. Who's up next? Was it?
That was from the chat. So it's my turn here. So what's been the worst venue you've wrestled at so far?
The worst venue. I don't think I've had a worse venue. Because I feel like I make the best out of situations, and for me, it's not really. I mean, I get paid, so I don't care. It's all like as long as I get paid, I don't care what we wrestle. Okay.
Fair point.
This is not going to be a question. This is going to be a statement because that attitude is perfect. I've had many people ask me after a crap show at comedy, they say, "Oh my God, that was terrible. How do you get over that? How do you get to the next level?" I say, "I count my money again." I mean, your attitude is, "I got paid. I don't give a shit." And
Yeah.
I love it because that's one of the things that people will always ask me, "Well, what was the worst show you ever did?" And there's many of them, but it's like people bent out of shape because, oh, the light isn't this or that. And I just love to shut up, Tom. And I just love to say, people's like, if they tell me we'd like to have you stand in front of the dumpster to tell jokes, I would say, okay, if that's the way you've always done it, I'll do it. It wouldn't be my first choice, but I'll do it. Sorry. Anyway, I wasn't here last week. I got a lot of shit to get out. At any rate,
you want to get a question in there too while you're at it?
No, yeah, and finally, my question, and I will reserve time for a follow-up. Are you a dog person or a cat person?
Dog person. I can't stand cats.
Oh.
Okay, it's not that I can't stand them. They're but I just prefer dogs. Actually,
That's a good answer.
You're fine.
I prefer wolves over if I own a wolf, I would. Oh my God. I love wolves so much.
Nice.
It's all right. Discount was sleeping. He didn't hear you, so you're good. How funny would that have been if he just hopped on the table or she's like, "I hate cats," and he's just like,
He's like, "Excuse me?"
"Yeah, I have a fat orange cat that likes to hop in screen sometimes."
Oh, Garfield.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, basically. He's just missing the blanket right now. That's funny. Favorite song?
Okay, so I don't have a favorite song. I have a song that I listen to on a daily basis, but that changes every couple of months. It's my ADHD. But right now, my favorite song that I listen to all the time is The Gunner by Machine Gun Kelly and Icon by Jaden Smith. I listen to those two on repeat. Those are my go-to at the moment.
Okay.
Ooh, and Happiness is a Butterfly by Lana Del Rey. Those
All right.
three.
Very nice.
I
What's
like it.
what's been the funniest thing that's happened to you either at a venue or in a match?
It's funny because me and my friend have a little tee about it. It's a match I had at Zawa recently. It's on IWTV with Jade, and I do a move in the match. Not gonna say what it is. No, I do a move in the match, and like we kind of like tee about it all the time because it doesn't matter why, but we tee about it all the time.
Well,
So
now
we got to
I'm
go
gonna
back and watch the match
I'm
now.
gonna have to go watch that after we get done with the show tonight.
And it's on IWTV. It was just put on there.
Where you can also find Madhouse Wrestling.
Absolutely, you can also find Madhouse Wrestling.
Nice push on that. Good job.
Yeah, we like to horror.
Gotta sell.
Oh my.
If they're gonna
So-
keep bringing us around, we're gonna keep promoting.
So I don't know if you're driving your own car, if you're having someone drive you down there in Davenport because of the your propensity to being in the estate. But if you are driving your own vehicle, what kind of vehicle are you driving these days?
I am driving my own vehicle. I drive a black Nissan. Love Nissans. The Nissan Altimas.
Oh,
They're my mom's favorite car. They're very durable and they're very. It gets me where I need to be, and I don't plan on doing out lavishing, spending experience. I don't really care about that. I care about being comfortable, and the car's comfortable. I like it. I don't care.
yeah.
And I just got my license, so I'm not trying to. We gotta do durable cars first, and then when you are experienced, that's when you get the cars that you always wanted.
After you get those first couple accidents or tickets out of the way, then you spend the money.
Don't worry. Knock on
Knock
the
on wood that you won't
Yeah,
follow
Jesus.
suit.
Yes.
But,
I'm a very safe driver.
we all are. What is your guilty pleasure?
Oh, I can't say it.
You have one, you just can't say it.
Yeah, I can't. I gotta wait a couple months.
Oh, what is that? All right. Clear your calendar in like 2 months.
Got it. Wait, not 2. You gotta wait till November. November. Then
November. Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah. Okay. We'll see you come winter. You can't leave us hanging like that. So, all right, Tom.
So obviously there's WWE, AEW. Where's somewhere else as far as maybe regionally or nationally, like say like a GCW? Where do you want to maybe go to in the next few years that you think is really going to be beneficial for your career?
started in Japan.
Nice. Very cool. Very smart idea. Smart decision.
Oh yeah, you will. You'll get that done.
JR,
Oh
it's
my
back
God.
to you.
Hang on though, it looks like he is in line with the Bears right now. It is great.
Come on, fish. That's what they do. They just hang a mouth open, and then it jumps in, and then they goes, meal. Oh my gosh. Speaking of bears, do you prefer black bears, grizzly bears, or polar bears?
Black bears. Okay, black bears, but I like the Arctic, and I feel like I would like to be a polar bear, but a black bear because I love black.
Okay. So do you like winter? Like, do you like cold?
I love winter, and that's it's terrible to say, because winter in Iowa is the shits. But I love it. I kind of love it. Like, I really do. Like, it's getting hot now, and I'm like, no, I miss the snow. Like, give me back that negative 49 degrees. I will live with that for the rest of my life. It mean I'd have to sweat when I walk out my door.
All right. I can't argue with that. Okay. My actual question, though, was what is your favorite WrestleMania moment?
When The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels had their like final match and The Undertaker won, I say that one because my mom and I are watching it together, and she's Team Shawn, I'm Team Undertaker, and she's convinced. She's like, Shawn's gonna break the streak, and I'm like, you're out of your goddamn mind. There's no way Shawn's gonna break the streak. And it was Undertaker versus Shawn with Triple H as the referee, and I remember when they did that double move for Shawn switching music, pedigree, and I was like, no, they're gonna screw him. They're gonna fucking screw him. And he kicked out, and I was like, yes. Oh, and he won. That's my favorite one because of just the tension my mom and I shared that day. We were at each other's throats. We were like, oh.
Just an awkward week after that with mom.
Actually, no. We drank a glass of wine and we got over it. So.
There you go. There you go. As one should on WrestleMania Day.
Absolutely.
So on the 24th, you are booked at Higher Ground. Are you going to be disappointed for missing the next Madhouse show?
Yes and no. Yes, because it's Madhouse, but no, because like I'm, going to a different place, wrestling different people. I think that's my favorite thing about wrestling is that I get to wrestle different people, and that's why I'm not disappointed. I kind of am because I really like the atmosphere there. But I mean, I'll get over it. You'll get over it. I'll get paid. You'll have a great time.
And you'll be back. That's it.
We'll be back. So it's okay.
We'll be back to Madhouse. Yeah.
Look,
see, Luke already said it.
Even her second favorite owner.
I love Luke's wife though. Luke's wife's a hoot. I love her.
His wife's a sweetheart. I might even throw that into the intro next time you're at the show. That'd be great. Luke Raven is her second favorite Madhouse owner coming to the.
Oh, that could be perfect. Oh,
I always try to find one little moment during the show where I could get the spotlight onto Luke when he's down there. Usually when he's cleaning all the stuff up in the ring. And I think he hates me for it every time, but I love it.
So here's my last question.
Oh.
You were clearly a fan of Jon Moxley. Your trainer, your coach is Seth Rollins. Do you have a preference to AEW versus WWE? And there is no wrong answer.
I feel like I would want to go. At first, I would definitely say, like, if you asked me this a couple of years ago, I would be like AEW, like all hands down. But I feel like now that I have a better understanding of the business, I would definitely want to go more towards WWE and be there and kind of continue my career there and, work with, because work with people like Shawn Michaels and Triple H, and I love DX. Okay, I was a menace because of DX, so it's more of it's not. I wouldn't even say more of like a nostalgic thing, but it's like all of the wrestlers I looked up to, and the reason why I became in this business are in WWE. And if I had to choose between learning from the ones that made me believe I can do this, or the ones that I kind of watched and were like, they're really cool, but I would choose the ones that, like, Rey Mysterio is in WWE, AJ Styles is there, like Shawn Michaels, Edge, Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley. Like there's so many different people you can learn from, so many different brains you can pick at, and it seems like a no-brainer to me now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, and with the talent that you already have, like, oh my goodness, like the sky would be the limit. The sky is the limit for you, Aminah. There's going to be big things coming your way. I think we all believe in that. JR, you had one last question. We'll do one more each time, and then we'll get.
That was my last question.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Me and Tom are going to do one. I get you. And then we're going to do the Tom game, and then we'll let Aminah on her way. I was too busy talking to think of a question, so let's just go favorite TV show.
Favorite TV show at the moment.
Or top 3. You've been doing really good about top 3s.
Top 3. Okay. Of all time.
It's 20 hours.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Appreciate it.
H2O, just add water. Smallville. I love Smallville. And Arrow. Ooh, wait, there's the Flash. Okay, I'm gonna go with H2O, just add water. Arrow, the Flash, and Smallville. Top 4.
All right. I think the new Flash season's about to come out, right?
It is.
Ah, exciting. All right. Tom.
So this is obviously an important part of the business. Do you have a favorite promo of all time?
I do. I have a favorite promo. It's the one that I cut in promo class in front of my trainers, Seth Rollins, Mary Brave, and Matt Mayday. I believe I've cut it once on NCW, but I remember it was my first promo I ever cut. It was promo class. I did that promo, and I just remember Seth being just, and I think that gave me so much, and and I think that's my favorite promo because I don't know, I just put so much into it. It just felt like me, and I feel like that was the beginning of Aminah Belmont. I was like, she can only go up from here.
Hell yeah. Nice.
All right. We're going to get into the Tom game. It's the last thing we like to do with our guests. So, JR, go ahead.
That one was only $250.
All right. So you can see with the graphic there, Tom game is tag, opponent, manager. So of the 3 hosts of the 2 count here, you're going to pick one of us to be your tag team partner, one of us to be your opponent, and one of us to be your manager.
Oh. Okay. I'd make JR my manager. I like the way he thinks. I would have Ace as my tag partner and Tom as my opponent.
Good pick. Solid picks.
Yeah, it's solid because that's how it goes most of the time. No offense.
Yeah, we keep stats on this game because we just like to. Well, who's some of the company that Aminah has with that pick?
The last person to pick that way was The Big Picture.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see. Arjun Singh has also picked that same way. Aaron Von Baron. So these are all guys who've been around Iowa wrestling for a long, long time. Let's see. Who else? Aaron Von Baron. Geez. Oh, and then we had a whole slew of them in a row. Like Clay Cooper, Cole Cannon, Jason Prentice, Josh C. picked that way. TS Aggressor. So there you go. Yeah, a whole slew of them.
Chelsea's my guy. We love him.
Yeah, we love him here too as well. Past guest, it was great having him on. Just like it was great having you on, Aminah. We very much appreciate this. Again, so I said this right before we brought you on, but so how long has it been that you've been wrestling again?
It will be a year in August.
Okay, a year in August, and the star is shining bright already, guys. So make sure you're checking her out. Follow her wherever. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at _Aminah Belmont _. You can find me on Twitter. I don't normally use it, but I mean, I still see tweets and stuff like that. I just don't tweet out stuff. Like I said, I mind my business. But you can follow me on Twitter at Aminah Belmont. And I think that's about it. Twitter and Instagram are the only ones I have.
Perfect. So everybody make sure you check her out. Again, this was a super, super fun time to have you on here. We hope that you will be willing to come back on down the road, because now also we have to find out what that guilty pleasure is down
there.
It's true.
Yep. Cliffhanger. Way to do it. Now you're going to get booked again. Beautiful. All right. Well, Aminah, we thank you. We wish you nothing but the best. We will see you soon down the road. I'm very sure of that. You have a great night. We didn't say this before, but all you got to do is click the little red X, leave studio to get your way out, and we're going to keep talking. By all means, you're always welcome to hang out as long as you want, though. Don't feel like you have to leave, but
No.
we're going to keep going here.
Okay. Bye, guys. Thanks for having
Thank you.
night.
Continued success.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Mina.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye bye. Oh no, I don't want to look at Tom that way. There we go.
You don't wanna
Ouch.
look at Tom that way.
Ouch.
What way is that?
When he's just up there in the big one, and then you mirror down
On the
the
top
little-
shelf was really what he's saying.
Nah, fuck.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Uh,
What a guest. What a guest.
Absolutely, that was fun and amazing, and what a personality on Aminah. You know, aside from her wrestling talent, just a fun personality. As Malice said, yes, fun interview, very fun.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you what, yeah, and can talk. Really, really, really talented person right there, and I'm very excited to see what that future will be for her, because I do think we will see big things for her coming her way. So it's crazy to think it hasn't even been a full year yet, and she's at the level she's at. Tom, you've been there with me. You've seen her in person at that last show. She was on one other Madhouse show before that. Tons of other promotions in the Midwest. You can go online and see a lot of that on YouTube, or like she said, IWTV. I mean, just a talent.
Yeah, and she's facing, if anybody's interested in going to some crazy town called Milltown, Wisconsin. If you can't make it to Madhouse on the 24th, make sure you try and check her out there with Higher Ground. She's facing off against Free Range Kara, which you all know I absolutely hate that whole idea of Free Range Kara. So if you want to cheer somebody on just to spite Kara, Aminah's the person. Go find her matches. Go cheer her on. Be true wrestling fans. Boo the face, cheer the heel. Yeah.
Yay!
Milltown's not too far from here. It's just a little bit east of Taylor Falls, St. Croix Falls.
Awesome. But also, are you going to skip Madhouse again?
No, I'm just saying that's where it is.
Oh, that reminds me. Don't let me forget. Before we all leave tonight and we're not live, we need to talk about Hall of Fame weekend in Waterloo, which also just announced Devon Dudley is going to be there as well.
Heard that? Yes. It's actually it's a hell of a lineup so far for their Hall of Fame. So
Little Aces and Eights reunion with West there. So that
can't wait.
That could be cool. So what's going on, guys?
Yeah, JR, tell us about your trip to hell, also known as Las Vegas, especially after you were there the week after Double or Nothing.
Yeah. So I flew in on Tuesday, as you guys know, which is why I couldn't be there. Was still on a plane when the show was going on.
Who'd you fly?
Delta.
All right.
Got to fly. I mean, if you literally, it's business. You got to fly Delta out of MSP. Stayed at. Now, here's the thing. So I have limit as far as where I can stay in terms of dollar per night, which is perfectly fine. I stayed at what I thought was a reasonable place, a Holiday Inn Express. Most of them are nice and clean. This one, not so much.
It is also Vegas, so
yeah. I mean, yeah. So
look at Ace's face.
Hey, dude, I have to keep it under $165 a night.
Dude, you could have went on like fucking Groupon and still got on.
No, I see. That's the thing. I can't.
Why?
I can't because them's the rules.
He probably has to book it through a certain travel.
And they have nothing that because most you couldn't even get to like Fremont, bro.
Nope, because they are not allowed. I get paid to for lunch and dinner and whatever while I'm on the road. No alcohol, which makes perfect sense. And they, I know.
Not a top shelf life.
No, well, believe me, and But at any rate, I stayed across from the Allegiant, across the interstate from the Allegiant.
Oh, you got to stare at the big black spaceship.
Yeah,
that thing's pretty sick looking in person.
it is. I mean, there's some cool shit in Las Vegas. But having said that, and I was telling Tom before this, my training started at 9 a.m. and we went 9 hours the first day. And my mentor says, "Oh, you'll be able to go out and enjoy a steak dinner tonight." And I'm like, I'm not going fucking anywhere.
Is your mentor 6 months older than you too? By that, the way you made him sound right there.
No.
Good steak dinner in Las Vegas, huh?
No, but that's the thing. That's the thing. When they say, "Oh, look, you got a per diem. Don't spend anything for breakfast or lunch. Blow it all on your dinner." That's I'm like, I don't fucking live my life that way. Oh my God, I can spend this much money on, and I don't give a shit. I want to come back and go to sleep. So, and it was,
your life is so
my
sad.
Mom. Well, it is and it isn't. Las Vegas would be a great place. There you go. You can. Well, okay. Part of you can retire there, but I don't think showing your beehole's going to earn you the money that you.
Listen, Joshua Joseph can do whatever the fuck he wants, man.
There's a guy on Fremont who literally just gets paid to let people kick him in the nuts. So.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Vegas is a wonderful place for catching all the diseases in your hotel room. Jared, what do you think you got? Herpes, gonorrhea,
you can't
chlamydia?
get any of
What
that
do you
from
get?
the hotel room.
Fine. Scurvy?
Scabies, yes. Nothing.
Did you get the clap?
Not from the hotel room, no.
Well, fair enough.
No, fine. I'm in my and it's like, oh, you're in Las Vegas, and that's the reason I didn't say anything to anybody, because it's like, oh, you're gonna go and do that. I know I'm not. And
no gambling.
Fuck no, dude. You know this. I gotta.
I know. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, I was telling people, boy, you could have sent me anywhere but fucking Las Vegas, and I'd have been happy. Not that I mind it, not that I don't have control over, but it's just like, I don't want to go fucking wander around on the strip and find a steak and all of that fucking shit. And then then I gotta drive my car in Las Vegas traffic. I don't want to do that shit.
Everything you say makes you sound older and older by the verbal second.
Well, no, hang on.
Hey,
what time was it that you were like getting dinner?
Just walk into any casino buffet, man. It's going to cost you like $20 and you get 6 steaks. Fuck it.
I don't want to go over and do that.
They don't have that at the Holiday Inn Express.
Yeah, they got like the worst continental breakfast, which is like a fucking muffin.
No, they have live eggs.
Oh, live eggs, huh? You got to kill a chicken yourself?
Yeah, choke that chicken. Yeah. Yep. There you go, Ronnie. But yeah, so and it was I will say this. It learned me a lot. I was I was able to learn a lot. I didn't come back, and I was able to fix some shit the very next day when I came back on Friday. So, but yeah, and then I got up early at 9 o'clock and did another 2.5 hours at the store, and then flew home on the airplane, and had to fucking lie about my time. No overtime allowed.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Then you take an extra hour or so this week, right? For yourself?
No, probably not. I just want to do my shit and be done.
That's what I say every time I go to the bathroom. Just want to do my shit and be done.
Like, I think that I was thinking today as I was driving and breathing in some of the fire air, smoke air, I was thinking to myself, boy, I wonder if I could possibly just fall asleep right now, and then that'd be it. But
I think it's going to take a little bit more of that polluted air than you.
Oh yeah, it's going to take a lot more than that, because I took in a deep breath and I thought, this is not working the way that I want it to.
Guys, if you live in the Twin Cities area, find JR a new job so he can not be this unhappy again.
Yeah,
Please help him.
preferably
Please help
something
the
where he
poor
can work
guy.
from home, where then he can actually do the work we need him to do. Okay, I'm top shelf in a lot of respects, but I'm not going to be spending time like JR spends time on some of these things. So, right, I got other things to do, like live that top shelf life and delegate the work to these two assholes. I mean, gentlemen, these two gentlemen.
I will say you got to be impressed to the fact that I. Well, yeah, and then there's the Wild. See, it's me with the Bears.
Yeah, how can Alaska pay you to just watch that cam for them every day?
I mean, God, if I could figure out a way to do that, I would watch those Bears eat salmon the rest of my life.
Maybe we might be able to find you with something with like the Minnesota Parks Department or something like that.
Yeah, but they're probably not going to let me just sit and watch for bears.
Well, maybe not
Or to
bears.
Sit at a fucking rest area on I-90 and count to see if any black bears come by. That's my job for the summer.
We'll just get you some brown pants and a furry brown coat, and they'll be like, "Yeah, go ahead." The bears will probably be like, "Hello,
hey, it's our buddy. Hey,
hey, boo boo.
Hey, let me count you guys."
Ranger's not gonna like this, Yogi.
Oh, Tina, you're going to be in Vegas in August? Good
She's
God.
going to the Cauliflower Alley Club. I don't know who's getting inducted this year.
It's a good question.
Don't
They'll tell us at Hall of Fame like they do every goddamn year.
That they will. I didn't even see. I wonder if Brian Blair is going to be in Waterloo. I believe he is, but
I think he has to be now. He's famous again, with Dark Side of the Ring and stuff, right?
Is it really CM Punk, or are you just fucking around, Tina? Because I didn't look. Is it
Ron Simmons? Oh, Ron Simmons would be a good one. Yeah, I'd pay to see that. Damn.
Damn.
First black or first recognized black world heavyweight champion. That's how you got to put it, right? There's all those regional ones,
Mickey James getting in there this year.
Nice.
Oh, Mickey.
You thought JR was a bear?
I'm not hairy enough to be a bear, if I'm honest.
I mean, it's Pride Month.
We're
Don't say.
And to be honest, I'm not gay enough either to be a bear.
So, that's fair. JR, did you actually have to catch any of Double or Nothing or Night of Champions or anything? Just to get your thoughts on the last couple premium live events or pay-per-views?
Real quick though, I did find it. Here's your Cauliflower Alley Club inductees this year. The CM Punk for the Iron Mike Mazaruki Award. The Lou Thez Art Abrams Award is Ron Simmons. Women's Wrestling Award, Mickey James. Tag Team Award, the Nasty Boys. Men's Wrestling Award, Coco Beware, the Birdman himself. Lucha Libre Award, Damien 666. Men's Wrestling Award, Joe Malenko. Post Hamias Award, Killer Carl Fox. Independent Wrestling Award, Rhea Von Slasher. Charlie Smith Referee Award goes to Kevin Jeffries. The Real Award, Al Burke. James C. Melby Historian Award, Koji Miyamoto. And one more award to be announced. But I wonder if Punk's going to actually be there. Are they advertising him, Tina? You'll have to let us know. I think Tina wanted some stickers or something to give out down there for the show.
She did. So we got to figure that out before Hall of Fame. That's after the show talk right there.
Oh, he's going to be there. Kick him in the balls for me. And go, fuck you, Phil.
Wow. Wow. Man. Still not happy with that pipe bomb, huh?
Oh, I loved the pipe bomb. I'm just not happy that this dude literally is kind of responsible for tearing a company kind of apart. He didn't start. Let's be honest. He didn't start it. When Tony Khan took all the EVP's power away. That was the start.
Right.
But he definitely fucking hit the gas. Yeah, that's my guess. I doubt he'll be there. I don't see him showing up for that.
Well, I mean, Jim Ross showed up last year for the Waterloo Hall of Fame. and when he was
that's
still
a little
an
different though, 'cause
Yeah.
Jim Ross was going there before, right?
Yeah, Jim Ross used to be there every year.
Well, yeah, after like WWE let him go, he had some time on his hands. Duh.
No, I think he was still there when he was involved with WWE.
Fair. But I'm also being a dickhead. But you mentioned Joe Malenko being honored with the cauliflower. He's supposed to be at Hall of Fame weekend too.
Yeah, he was last year too.
I was gonna say, didn't Jim Ross pretty much stop going to everything once his wife passed away?
Yeah, that was kind of that, and then there was just some other stuff. Rey Mysterio's usually at cauliflower. Yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah. I did see some SmackDown Friday night though, and they keep getting it good with this bloodline stuff, man.
The bloodline is good. The only thing about it that makes me a little sad is that Sammy and KO are totally away from it now.
Yeah,
and
I think we knew that was going to happen though.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect them to virtually be expunged from the story in a way.
True, but it really does. I don't know if you guys saw this on SmackDown, but like when they were leaving, Heyman asked Roman at the entrance, like, "What about Jay?"
Yeah,
and you could hear him say, "You know, Jay will fall in line." I really feel like this is going to finally come full circle, and Jay is going to get the pin on him.
Well, I think he's going to go through Jimmy first.
Yeah, of course,
and then it will be Jay, because the whole thing is absolutely fantastic.
But here's how you do it, right? Because the top belt's involved, right?
Yeah.
And you can't give it to you're not going to give it to the Usos. You're not going to split them up. They've been a tag team forever. You're going to let these guys retire as a tag team. That's just how it's going to go. But they're building Solo. They are building the fuck out of Solo, to the point that like Roman crushes Jay and then Solo turns because you crushed my brothers, and he could legitimately take that title off him. That's, of course, if they don't eventually pull the trigger with Cody Rhodes getting his hands on it. I don't even know what's going on with that anymore.
I think Cody's going to get boned out of almost everything.
Well, actually, no. I think Cody will end up getting probably the and let's be honest, because his dad, held it, he'll end up getting what they brought back in Raw, that Seth Rollins just won that World Championship title. That'll be the title he ends up getting. Does it mean the same? No. Would him have beaten Roman at Mania been good? I think so. I think it would have done it. They could have ended the streak. I get the 1,000 days was a big deal, but like for Cody's career, for the storyline, for everything, that was probably the better call than what they went with, I think. Because Solo is being built, but is he going to be built up enough to be the face in the next 6 months to a year? I don't know.
Not to the diehards, but I think the casuals might get behind that, if you will. I want to. Oh, go ahead, JR.
Plus, if he's still going to have Heyman be his mouthpiece, that's probably fine too.
So here's one thing I have to add to Ace's story idea there, if you will, about Cody going after Rollins. So right now he's in the midst of this 50-50 booking. He probably will pick up the win over Brock at SummerSlam to be able to write that off then. But Cody owns 2 victories over Seth Rollins to 0 for Seth Rollins. So the way we see booking with WWE, a lot of times when you see the third match, a lot of times you actually see it win, and then somebody has to take the third. I don't know if they allow for a person to get 3 victories over another person at that level without somehow doing some screwiness or whatever. So we might actually see a dusty finish for Cody to actually win that title.
Well, and it is interesting too, because Seth is obviously uber babyface right now. Just kind of became that in the last couple months. So I also don't see that turning anytime soon either. So,
but it's more he's more of a babyface because of the fans and not because of how they booked him per se.
Yeah. Now you say somehow Cody ends up on SmackDown and Solo does win. I could see that, and I could see him taking it off him. Like, how funny would it be if, like, hey, SummerSlam, you beat Brock Cody, you get free agent status. You can hop between both shows.
Well, that might be a good thing. Plus, also, we don't really know Money in the Bank wise.
True, that's still coming up. Good point. Good point.
I mean, I would like to still see LA Knight win that, but that's another
Yeah.
dummies. Yeah. It's gold, man. But
It
again,
really
they
is.
fucking mishandled him so far.
Well, but
in my
they're
mind.
gonna. I think they're gonna do right. I think he's on his way. I think they're noticing that he is a fan favorite right now. I don't know if you guys saw a few. They were in like Paris a few weeks back. Did you see that? And like Baron Corbin was like uber over.
Yes.
Like
It's the Jerry Lewis of wrestlers.
yeah, it was hilarious. Yeah, so SmackDown's going to be in Des Moines this Friday. Yeah, are you going? If you are, have fun. Anybody else we know who are going, have fun. I'm sure our
I
referee
did see that
Joey JoJo is going to be
Yeah.
there. So.
I said I saw that he has an extra ticket. So also Whitney McAllister, we just had on the show. She was looking for a possible ticket for that show. So I was going to try and send her Joey's way if he saw the ticket available. But I also don't care about Joey enough for him to be able to go to that show with her. So
We also have our friend Whitney coming back on the show in a couple weeks. She's going to be on our Madhouse preview show.
oh, very cool.
We're going to split that show up that night. Yeah. So we also have, what is it? The Raw after SummerSlam here in the cities.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm more than likely I'll buy cheap seats again and go check it out just to go check it out. It's at the Target Center, so we won't get our ears blasted out this time.
God,
Holy
yeah, those seats we ended up getting
they were
XL.
great, perfect, except for the frickin' how loud it was.
Yeah, the pyro is exploding basically right by your eardrums. I mean, not obviously.
But it wasn't even that. Like, it was the music. Like, everything was just turned up so loud for some reason, like, on that level, on the club level. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucking weird, dude. It was so loud.
It was nice with the club level at XL, though, because right outside us, there was a bar. But I had just renewed my license, and I forgot my papers in the car. I'm like, I can't even fucking drink right now because I know they're going to fucking ID me.
Well, we had bar seats because we were at the back, so we actually had like a little ledge you could put your drink and food on. And
Oh,
shit.
wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, First Wrestling Bauhaus show has been announced as well for August. So
Yeah,
tickets always a good time at that show.
obviously I sent that over to you guys. For any of our friends in Iowa, if you want to experience First Wrestling, they have a couple of brewery shows into the Des Moines, Iowa area this summer too. I don't have obviously the graphic in front of me right now, but
I thought they had one in Decorah and one in Des Moines.
are they not close to each other? I don't know
No,
geography.
Decorah's close to Rochester.
Decorah is like 45 minutes from Rochester.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Oh, well then, screw it. Iowa.
But yeah, you are right. You are right. They are doing a Des Moines show too, though. So,
Yeah.
Which, it's good to see any wrestling promotions get out there and on the road. I know Madhouse is maybe looking to try to do something that's not in Iowa too. Hopefully we can make it work.
Well, we've obviously talked to Jason Prentice as well with Absolute. He's obviously looking to expand up maybe towards the Minnesota way, which would be nice as well, where I don't have to worry about a 2.5 hour trek home.
Those Ducks are about to get got by the Bears.
Nah, the
Stop
Bears don't
staring
like
at
the
his
Ducks.
fucking screen, man. Got
Bears
shit
don't
to
like
cover.
the Ducks.
He's not wrong though, Tom. It's pretty mesmerizing watching these freaking Bears in the
It's
lake.
fucking the Bears, and it's like I mean, if I had my head was you watch these fuckers and they sit on the ledge, and you're like, God, that water's going over there pretty fast. That'd sweep me the fuck over, but not a bear. And they just sit there and wait until literally the fish jumps in their mouth. And it's like, and I watched with my grandkids, and we watched because there's sometimes a little cub bear gets on there, and you're like rooting for the little, and he'll like get one, and then the fish will wiggle away, and he's like, "Aw," and it's all insane.
And his parents' bears are like, "You get no dinner tonight."
They ground him.
Yep.
You
Get out of the
Go eat
water.
leaves, you little fucker.
Go hibernate for a week.
Jesus, we got fucking really aggressive on that.
You know what though? I mean, bears kind of have the life. I wish I could do that. Fucking hibernate during winter.
Well,
Sit in the lake and just eat food. Doesn't sound that bad.
They're just happy. They're just happy looking for, hey, I wonder if a fish will swim by my mouth. I'm looking.
I want to see one of these birds land on the bear.
So the birds will not land on the bear because the bear will not have it.
That bear looks like he got shit on.
I don't think that's shit. I think that's from a fight.
Huh. Dan's here.
What's up, Dan?
Hey, Danny.
JR would know. He watches this shit all the time.
I watch it all the time, Dan. I watch this shit.
Yeah, but he's right. It's the same. I mean, I've seen the same kind of clip on National Geography.
Yeah, it's all at the same price. Brooks Falls, that's it. Brooks Falls. You can look at Brooks Falls and it's running live, baby. And the bears will go because there are several different types of salmon that run up that river, and the bears will sit there. And I think July is when it is the super busiest.
That bear looks pissed. He's just sitting there like, "Don't come near me."
Oh, on the riverbank there.
Yeah, he's like, no one come near me.
I'm pooping.
I will kill you all. Fuck you, Fred. I imagine one of them's name is Fred.
Because they're bears and they name each other.
They do have names.
They do have names. I think they.
It's Yogi and Boo Boo. That's it.
No, there's also Cindy Bear.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Yogi had a woman. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, but I mean,
it's true.
Yeah, I mean, even
there's also the Berenstain Bears.
Oh, Mama Bear,
Do you know
Bear, Brother Bear, Sister Bear.
So they don't have real names.
Not in that book, they don't.
I mean, there's even this show that my nephews watch called Masha and the Bear, and again, it's the bear. That's it. Don't even bother to name him.
Does that show just have one bear? Isn't there another kid's show where it's just like 6 different colored bears that like live in a house?
No, fucking no.
And then Disney used to have Bear in the Big Blue House. I took my niece and nephew to that when they were
Baloo. Kids. Baloo was also a fucking bear.
Baloo.
Yeah. From the Jungle Book and DuckTales. Or not DuckTales.
Tailspin, baby.
Tailspin, that's what it is.
Hell yeah, baby. Him and King Louie. I want to be
BJ and the bear. But again, the bear. So.
That wasn't even a bear. That was a monkey. What the fuck?
Who?
BJ and the bear.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Fuck you,
right
old
now,
man
guys?
rant, JR over here.
It's not a rant. It's the truth. I'm a fucking fact checker.
Also, here's a fact for you guys. I mentioned that Higher Ground show. Aminah is taking on free range carrier Badger Briggs versus Maggie Lee on that show. So actually, boy, I tell you, if they could somehow put that on IWTV or something, I mean, tell you, we'd be cooking. But that's another time for another thing. We got obviously some preview shows coming up. We got obviously Ace mentioned it. We got Whitney coming on after Luke with the Madhouse show. The week of 2 weeks from now. That's all I know. Sometime before the 24th. Right?
Yeah.
What do we got next week, by the way? Not to say where you should get the hell out of here because we're not talking about shit, but
next week is Mr. Tag Team Photography himself.
Oh, awesome.
Clint Dye joining us. And also, next week, special guest, the Death Dealer's going to drop by.
Oh, he is. Is he going to kick Tom in the nuts?
I fucking hope so. Alex, the
Verbally?
Death Dealer Furing, is going to stop by. I don't know if you all remember, but he does his yearly charity.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So he went out to Central Empire.
It is time to buy raffle tickets because the chair is complete. He's going to hop on with us and Clint next week for a little bit and talk about it and tell everybody how they can win this amazing chair signed by some crazy legends. So it's pretty sweet. It's a damn good piece of memorabilia for anyone who's a wrestling fan. And then we have the Madhouse preview show as well as Whitney McAllister coming on. She's got a big show this weekend down at Shamrock FC.
Yes.
So if you're in that area, make sure you get your tickets. Go check it out. She'll be doing pictures, and then we're gonna cap June off on the 27th, y'all, with Vicious Victor Payne.
By the way, the Death Dealer has never played the Tom game. He was on before we invented this damn game. So,
And by the way, after that 27th, JR, the next Tuesday is the 4th of July. Me and Tom, while you were gone last week, have already elected there will be no show on the 4th.
executive decision.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Mostly because I'll be in Texas and I don't really want to do it remote again.
Oh, can I give you the same kind of shit that you gave me for doing a work thing?
Yep.
No, because I'm going down to visit family, and I still did it the last time we had a show on a Tuesday from Tejas. So go fuck yourself, JR. I live that top shelf life wherever I go.
Why do I get this animosity for just asking a simple question?
Shut up. You know exactly why you get this animosity is because you think you're somehow the good guy around here, and I got to deal with this whole.
You think you're better than me?
Yeah. What the hell? What's going on around here? God damn it. You should have actually done that with Vince McMahon on there, right? You think you're better than me?
By the way,
you think you're better than me?
By the way, I ran into our good friend Nerd D the other day at our local neighborhood Best Buy.
Are you serious?
He was in his civilians and I was in my civilians. I was like, I didn't call him I called him by name, not by.
You got to get that picture, baby.
I don't see somebody, Tom. I don't see somebody out in public and do this fucking shit because that's stupid. That's ridiculous. I said, and
first
I
of all,
him by his name, and he says, "Oh my
you.
gosh!" And then we shook hands and had a hug, and we didn't do none of this stupid shit.
First of all, it's not stupid shit. Second of all, you don't think I shake his hand, give him a hug, say how you doing?
I think you just see him and go, whoa. That'd be the first thing you do. I know you well enough by now with your top shelf that there's no cordiality at first. It starts with this.
First of all, how dare you?
Don't be mad at me because I'm right.
Second of all, you're still mad from that first show at Mall America where he gave me a shout out during the performance. So that's why you're mad. I know it. Don't worry about it. I'm not blaming you for being upset.
Tom,
I get it.
Mad.
You can't live that top shelf life.
Because as an entertainer myself, I understand that sometimes you have to pander to even the least of your audience.
Anyways, so how was Nerd D? Was he doing good?
He was doing great.
Good. We got to get him back on.
We talked for a little bit about the bloodline stuff and how he thought it was absolutely fantastic the way that they've carried the story. And yes, he indeed said, "Yeah, I got to get back on with you guys." So,
yeah, or you could have mentioned the fact that we have a watch along coming up on the 5th of August. Yeah, I haven't fucking clown.
I don't remember that.
I haven't hit him up about that. I'll hit him up
because I was too busy trying to make sure I don't do this.
Well, because I think so. That's Saturday night, the 5th of because it's also the same day as the
Absolute show and
not that Jake Paul and Diaz fight on pay-per-view as well. If it happens, I guess there's some stuff. One of them might be in jail. I don't know. But I think that Thursday is the Nerd D show at the Minnesota Zoo.
Yes.
Is it the Zoo?
Which is going to be a banger. I'm going to try to get some tickets for that one. I love the Zoo amphitheater. I think it's just a cool atmosphere for the show. So I'll definitely want to get up to that.
Yeah, that's in JR's neck of the woods. But he probably still won't leave his house because he's old.
What night is it? Is it Friday or Saturday?
It's the Thursday night. Oh, Thursday. I got to work in the morning, guys. I can't. Fucking
unless he's going to be done at 8:30. Yep.
He might be.
Yeah, I don't know. Tickets haven't gone on sale. I don't think so. Either way, though, I will get in touch. I love how we're talking about booking our watch along.
This is a big deal. All right, this is a huge deal. If you get an invite to a 2-count watch along show, I expect everybody to be there with bells on, like Tim Nella was. Top shelf Tim Nella, if he wants to be called it. Probably doesn't, but you know.
By the way, his play, A Raisin in the Sun in Rochester, is about to start running in a few days.
Oh, nice.
And we'll be running, I think, through most of June. So if you're in that area or whatever, make sure you check them out at the Rep Theater in Rochester. Raisin and Son, our good boy friend there, Tim Nella.
Well, he's for sure at least team top shelf. That's what I know. So JR.
See, the thing though is, JR, if they're team top shelf, they're also team 2 count by default. So
yeah, that's true.
It's a win either way for us.
Yeah, it's a win.
See?
Old fucker.
Say, all right, gentlemen, ladies. Can we stop with the hand gestures here? It's starting to kind of maybe send a different message. Stop it!
Your mic cracked, by the way. All right. Anybody else?
You really think I give a shit what you say?
Nope.
You really think I give a shit?
Nope.
I mean, you're right.
Do we got anything else we want to talk about or no?
I think this was a great show. I think Aminah Belmont knocked it out of the park. That was one of my favorite interviews. We've been hitting gold with our guests. So like you should definitely be sharing their shows with your friends. Tell them what's going on because we're going to be doing this going forward. We got a lot of cool people that we're going to get on here. We got some friends of the show that are going to come back through, making new friends. And man, like I said, that was Nick Nolan was a great interview. We just had Aminah Belmont. You know what I mean? Whitney was awesome. We're also some good people here.
Also want to say that all of our past interviews,
YouTube,
while they're not available on Twitch, are available on YouTube.
Click our live tab under the 2 Count YouTube channel. You'll find them all there. Check them out. Share them. We'll start reposting some of that too and sharing it throughout the week. We really should start clipping it. If someone wants to clip some of these parts of the interviews for us, give it to us for social media. We would appreciate it. But yeah, we will do that. We'll reshare this because, like I said, we've been having some really good months of shows with some of these guests that we've been having, and I mean, it's we've been real lucky, and it's going to get even bigger and better as we go because we're also counting down to January, baby. Before Tommy and I set sail, JR, you're missing out.
No,
it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
Jericho Cruise.
And as we get through the winter and we get closer to that, we'll start bringing some people on either involved or going to be on the cruise, stuff like that. So we can get some cool cruise stories of past and what we're all looking forward to. Who knows? Maybe we'll even see if Brad Williams can come back on the show if he's going to be on the cruise again. We don't know. Nothing's been announced yet. So who knows? Except for Paul White. Well, it's the big show.
Was the big show.
Room.
Well, was the big show. So that's
where the hell are they going to have him?
They just give him like an interior room, and he's just in there like it's bullshit.
I bet he sleeps outside in the hammock.
I suggested that already.
He's going to have the big fancy suite that has its own little hot tub and all that shit. The fancy suite that Dan and Stacy had when they went on one of their cruises. I bet he'll get that thing. That thing looked sick.
Very true.
Hey, you know what? We got a balcony. I'm happy. It's the first time I'm not in an interior room on a cruise, so I'm pumped for a balcony.
It's true. That's true. We worked our asses off to try and get that.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? Like, we almost didn't get it.
A lot of fucking refreshing when they said that they still had some available. Refresh. I literally had to leave your house just so I could go make my fucking show.
You were like 20 minutes away and it fucking hit. And I was like, yes!
Yeah, and then calls me real quick. I got to try and get my credit card number out as I'm driving and shit. And like, hey, what's a contact, like emergency contact? Fuck, now I need to go with my phone, find my brother's number and shit.
Tom, if you die, who should we call?
Yeah.
I should have just put JR down as your...
Yeah.
Make my funeral arrangements ticket.
3 months later, Tom's family's like, has anyone heard from Tom? Do you guys know where Tom is?
I had him cremated.
Chair's like, oh yeah, I got a phone call from the cruise. He didn't make it.
I told him, cremate him and scatter his ashes in the Bahamas.
Well, we're going to Cozumel, not the Bahamas. I mean, it might end up there.
It was so expensive, and there's nothing left.
Well, let's be real honest. It's not like you're getting a cut of my fucking life insurance.
Yeah, Dan says don't go to the hospital on the boat. That'll cost you an arm and a leg, I'm assuming. Is that right, Dan? Dan had to do that. Was that on the Jericho cruise, Dan? Or was it the
Jesus.
Kiss cruise?
It's probably not a good idea anyways, just to, avoid all that kind of stuff. So, avoid alcohol poisoning if you can. I'm going to try. Not really, but I'm going to try to avoid it. I mean,
oh, well, and then when we're with the big group of people, yeah, dude, Tommy's gonna be the life of the party. I'm pretty excited to see Tommy just having a blast.
we're gonna make some stories and tell some jokes.
David will be in bed at 8:30, with and
In bed, but he'll still be watching his shows on his phone for the next 3 hours.
And he'll have the freaking balcony curtains closed and shit, so he's not even looking out at the ocean and being like, dude, enjoy this. Enjoy sitting in the middle of the ocean, because you don't get to do that every day.
But don't let Tom drink too much, or he's going to miss a lot of stuff.
Whew. It costs $3,000 for 5 hours in the hospital on the boat.
What do you mean 8:30
a.m. Tom? Is that when you're waking him up, Danny?
Oh, that's fine.
Could be a knock on the door.
That's honestly when I woke up all of last year with Waterloo or Hall of Fame weekend. I was still up by 8:30. I just knew no one else was. It's with the amount of drinking that was done, I'm just I know everybody else is fucking still drunk.
Yeah, that I also had COVID. So.
Oh yeah, thanks for that. No one.
You didn't get it.
I didn't. You're right. Somehow, I don't know. We were fucking always in the same room and shit, and I was hanging out with Wes and shit too. So.
Yeah, and that's who I think I got it from. But anyways, I said we wrap up. I'd like to. He'll be going to bed at 8:30. He might. Dan, there might be. You might find him at what is it, O'Shaughnessy's or whatever, the 24-hour Irish pub bar thingy.
Oh, yeah.
Although I don't think they serve liquor all night. I guess they probably do. Is there a last call on the boat, Dan?
I'll be singing the goddamn songs of my forefathers. That's not true. I'm barely Irish, but I'll be singing some tunes, some Irish folk songs.
It's really in the middle of the atrium, so it's really just an open up area where you get food and drinks.
Yeah, I'll still sing.
Yeah,
karaoke. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you?
Karaoke does go late, and karaoke usually is where the party's at, I guess. So,
God damn them! They would go to karaoke. Fucking magical nightmare it is.
It gets nuts. Yeah, we got to talk some shop about Waterloo. So I say we dip out 15 minutes early. We'll be back next week.
Yeah, man. This has been fun, everybody.
Sounds like a winner to me. Bye-bye.